So this is a reading of what secrets are being reflected on today, since it is a moon day. This is interesting. This is interesting. This is very sensual, sexual energy, but peeping Tom energy, not in a bad way. But also take that how you want. I'm getting the vibe of someone who is still hanging on, holding on, still wants you, but also replaying a lot of your intimate moments. First out, we have intimacy, divine feminine, and time. Thinking about how much time has passed, likely since they've been with you in that way. All the time that you all spent together, the little cute intimate moments. But I'm also still getting like time past being a huge thing here. And the clock is pointing specifically to like between 12 and 1. I don't actually care about that, but it could be, you know, during those hours is when they're really thinking about you in some kind of way. And then we have spying, pain, and heart fog. Spying, the first thing that came to my mind here. Also, hold on. Clarifying intimacy. What is this? I can't even remember. Clinging, y'all, sorry. Which specifically says holding on, obsessing. Spying, yeah, spying under intimacy. Oh, well, I'm getting like in those hours, kind of looking back on videos, films that you guys might have done. You do you, you do you, you do you. And confirming divine feminine, it's divine masculine, which this literally just came out, and I was like, oh, I've got to start recording for this. I was like, oh, this is tea. This is tea. So I mean, how you're equals, how you're matching, how you're like. The true intimacy that they felt with you is what I'm getting. And like that they're like clinging on to that through the pain, through the heart fog, through how they messed up. And you know, like that's now why they're apprehensive and cautious, and why they're kind of peeping to have some sort of like closeness to you through maybe like, again, videos, photos of you, particularly ones of a more sexy, sensual nature, but also just you in general, right? Like maybe this person has, like maybe it's like mutual friends, maybe this person has ties to you in some kind of way, maybe you work together. It's not something that really ever comes up for me, but yeah. And obviously this is just like a whatever deck, so it's like descriptor deck, so you know you don't take reverses, but intuition did just come out, it flipped reverse right on top of divine masculine like this. And so I'm getting that this is sort of like how all the time, because this is supposed to be clarifying time, so all the time where they didn't trust their intuition as it came to you, and that is the thing that's causing them so much pain, right? Like this inner knowing of who you are, how you match them. Shit you not, y'all. I shit you not. Soulmates at the bottom of the deck here. That's scary. That's scary. X behind it. You both probably feel like it's scary as well. It's fine. Like this is like a spell on you. I'm hearing that's all. I put a spell on you. Oh, spying, breaking point. Limit, final straw. Overwhelmed. Probably seeing you happy. Maybe you've, ooh, why did this just come up? Maybe you started dating someone, and maybe you started posting it and they see it, right? And like maybe it's clear that you're happy and you guys are intimate. Not that you have to be doing the deed or whatever, but you know, just that this is a more intimate sort of relationship. And it's like that's their breaking point. That is the thing that's like kind of shattering them, really realizing like those mixed signals, I'm gonna bite them in the butt, and that's why they're having so much pain. That's why they're clinging on to the intimacy that you guys have, because that's all that they have of you. And literally, as I said, that's all that they have of you. Past life, right? karmic lessons, deja vu, repeated patterns, heart fog, sending mixed signals. I have a repeated pattern of doing this, and it messed up your foundation. It messed up the stability within this relationship. It's not something that you can build on, right? Pain. And curse did come out. Curse did come out. Their negative mindset on this, their unwillingness to listen to their own intuition. Look, this is, it's like if it isn't the consequences of your own actions, and they're realizing that themselves. That is literally what this is. The consequences of their own dang actions. It's like you wanted to escape so bad, and now you have no choice. There's nothing but space between us. Your mistakes, right? Go reflect on that. Normally I'm not this sort of like spicy when it comes to longing influences, and that is exactly why. And that's why I said what I said. One, they didn't want to see your depth, because depth came out right after shallow, which came out right after influences, mostly on intuition. Look, this is how it came out. It came out this way, on divine masculine and intuition. So it's like if it isn't the consequences of your own actions, like you knew this. Hate to be this way, but like you were escaping, you were looking for an escape, you were pushing things away, and now look, you're pushed away, right? Like, sorry. Now you feel rejected because you see someone. I was just happy and bubbly. So this has got to be like, you've got to be angry about this deep down, like how this all played out. And if I wonder how much good this is gonna do for you to hear this, because I'm getting a little worked up. It's like you knew this, you didn't trust your intuition, and now you're sad. Now you have like heart fog and pain. What about the pain that I was going through then? Sort of energy, right? Like now you want to think of the intimacy when it was so clear, the like energetic frequency that we were operating on, the intimacy that was cultivated within this, mistaking something with depth for shallowness because of those who are around you. I'd be pissed off too. So what next, Spirit? What's the point of this? I mean, maybe somebody just wants you to know that they're thinking about you. That they weren't honest about how they felt, and that they made a mistake, because elusive mistakes and longing just came out. They made a mistake. They miss you. Because I'm craving something I can feel. Where do I go? What do I need? Ecstasy, or is it fear? And that's probably how you feel. How I just do in my car. It's like, that shit. Like, and I'm not like this. I'm not like this. That's all you can see, is the conflict that all this caused, all the pain that all this caused. And it's like, sorry, buddy, but that's just how you feel now. Silence, confusion, commitment. Different energies, very different energies. You might have them blocked. Silence, you might have them blocked, right? Like, and they could be further in fear because they feel like you might have them blocked. And so they're there's this confusion. Or maybe when this comes in, there might be silence on how it is to move forward, because there's so much confusion, and because there was so much confusion before, right? Like they couldn't make up their mind about how they felt about you. But divine masculine and divine feminine came out. Excuse me, confirmation burp. Soulmates was at the bottom of the deck, as we saw. And commitment just came out. My battery's about to die. So we're gonna see. So like, so there's all this pain, all this anger, all this sorrow, right? Like so much has happened. Literally, I was before. Open up your heart. This is about to die. I had to stop and let my phone charge for a second because it was at 1%. I feel like that's kind of how you're gonna approach this, or being guided to approach it. Take a step back, center, recharge, and then figure out what it is that you want to do so that you're not distracted. Also, because I waited until my phone was literally about to die as it was recording, like down to 1%, I feel like this is gonna come like down to the wire, like right when it's almost like bones, dead in the water kind of bones, is when this is gonna circle back around. When you're least expecting it and when you're most open to it, because that is when you would be most open to it. What was I saying? Open up your heart at the bottom of the deck there. I mean, and you know, I've already done 2 other love readings this week, and they've very much been about like opening up your heart. They'll be back. So we got narcissist, cycles, liar, and communicate. One of my favorite mediums for this deck specifically with this narcissist card, she likes to refer to it more as like a gaslighter, which I love that. Prefer that as well, because I also don't feel like we should be throwing out the word narcissist. It's used a little too much, and most people are not narcissists that you consider to be narcissists, but that's just my personal ministry. And so it's like this person could like really like, you know, but they clearly, we saw that with the cards here with this deck, like they clearly gaslighted you about how they felt, or at least like withheld, right? Lied. This is a repeated cycle for them, but also this is coming back around. World energy. And this time, like when they communicate, just hear them out, just listen. I'm more like, so the first half I was like more spicy, right? And now I'm like reserved. I'm chill, right? Like not activated in the slightest. Like that was gold digger, like worried about them like using you. Like you're not really focused on that. Like I just sort of glanced at it and like closed it, like, okay, you know. So it's like this perspective that you need to have, and there's sort of like aloofness also that you're being guided to have here. You know the work that you've done on yourself. And regardless of what happens with this person, right? Like you got you know you. And that's really what matters here. I keep looking at this deck, so I'm actually gonna switch to it. And actually, I just randomly got to get you a cutesy little animal spirit card. That's my shaman deck. We're not even gonna shuffle. We're just gonna, as you can see, a bunch of decks here. We're just gonna pull out one randomly. And spirit comes through every time. Be generous of spirit, lion spirit, right? Like confident, brave, but also like kind, right? Sovereign. That's the energy that you need to adopt here. And don't give up, right? Like don't back down. Test of faith here. Oh my goodness, strength? Are you joking? And then what's this? Because we like, if you saw, this is like sort of, okay, anyway, yeah. Ace of Wands, right? Like this, you know, spark. Anytime I see Ace of Wands, like Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, I always get like, snake that smiles back, goldfish. Because it's time. It's time. You're sitting in that Empress glow. Now you can handle this. right? You probably didn't have that perspective before. And if you were dealing with somebody who like gassed at you, who you guys were sort of soulmates and they didn't see it and they were like heavily like under influences. Okay, I tried really hard for that not to come out. It's like you've known this journey was coming. This little happiness was coming. This inner happiness, really, that you more something to focus on. Your connection to divine, because you are a divine being. This new start, how this is going to restart things for you. So, assessment, evaluation. Yeah. So, divine spirit, what is the opportunity here for growth for this collective? Please and thank you. Death, change, transition, new path. Empress again. Empress actually coming out. So like for you to, I said bones, didn't I? Death and Empress. 10 of Swords, Page of Cups. This is like bringing a levity of spirit. This is what all this has been teaching you. Why so serious? There's a lot. There was a lot that needs to go, a lot that needs to be cleared and purged. And sometimes people are the catalyst for your forest fire, your dragon fire, your phoenix fire, whatever you align with. That's going to help you embrace this energy, this softness, this like curiosity of life, this like new approach in life and in love. For a second, I thought I accidentally put that reverse. So, you might have been sitting in Empress reverse energy. Lack, which is not in your power, not in your sovereignty, not being still with this. King of Swords to the bottom of the deck. Not saying things correctly. And they weren't either, right? What is the lesson for this relationship overall? Right? Like, what is the divine lesson here? Okay, they said what we gave you is what we gave you. Queen of Wands, Three of Wands, Hierophant. We run things don't run. We don't take nothing from nobody, and we can't stop. So I feel like this is more so like, so what you lost the love of your, tongue tie. So what you lost the love of your life? Is that gonna stop? Ooh, somebody does not want you to hear this. Some entity, some spirit, some attachments, you just not want you to hear this. And that could just be old ways of yourself, right? You're gonna let that stop your shine, right? You're gonna let that put you out of your confidence, make you not feel as sexy and attractive and as magnetic as you are, as protected as you are. Protected, cat, right? Very much tied to Divine High Priestess already came out. But also, if we're looking at it, High Priest and High Priestess. Here we go. Yeah, I was like, where is High Priestess? High Priest and High Priestess. Divine, like divine 3D union, not 3D. Hello, that could be coming. 5D union. 5D union. But it matters not that. It matters how you're taking steps in the 3D, or how you're aligning with your own mission. How you're changing what you believe about what's possible for you, right? Like you were sitting in this like anguish, this heavy mental anguish over what it is that you want, over reconciling what it is that you want, coming to a place of personal fulfillment in order to start this new beginning, right? So it's like tearing down structures that kept you from that. Limiting dogmas, stigmas, institutions, what have you, right? Like creating your own rulership. Empress coming out and High Priestess, babe, you're powerful. You're sovereign. You are the light. You are the truth. Act like it. And be light and truth for other people. Ooh, hold on. Left ear, hold on. What else? What up, Spirit? Why'd you make my life very rich? Ooh. Seeing through like the fantasy, like seeing through the fantasy of love, of what love like actually is, what it actually entails. This is for both of you. This is for both of you. Really destroying, like, this is like, you've had to grow, you've had to mature, both of you. And 7 of Cups, Queen of Cups, but specifically you, right? This is you focused. Being able to sit in your emotions and be loving. So like, be loving, but also not have this idealized version of love. You can be idealistic, you can be childlike, you can be in joy, but not, love is unconditional, but with boundaries. Love is forgiveness. Love is radical acceptance, right? Not trying to change someone, loving them through that. Understanding the means of unconditional love. You can't understand unconditional love until you unconditionally love yourself. I don't subscribe to the belief that you can't love someone unless you love yourself, but if we're talking about divine love here, counterpart energy, you cannot unconditionally love someone until you have shown yourself that's unconditional love, because it starts with you, it starts with self, right? Because then you're pouring from an empty cup. If you literally, devil energy, stand for something, we fall for anything, you'll be shackled to that subconscious programming. Because if you don't love yourself, if you're not loving from within, then you're not embodying the energy of love, which means you can't authentically approach this like with forgiveness, which is what's needed here. What's needed here to take these steps, right? To put to make these plans come into motion, into fruition. You gotta get it together. Gotta get it together. Anything in closing? Also, yeah, you need balance. Balance of the past, going within, reflecting as this comes towards you. That's sort of like following your heart, right? It's not just about this incoming love offer that's taking a bit of time, right? It's following your own passion and acting out of love, confirmation, birth there. Focusing on what lights you up, what brings you into emotional balance, this equilibrium, this stability within, emotionally, spiritually, and finding your center and maintaining that center through all of this chaos. And he didn't want to come out, but look, Emperor at the bottom of the deck here. And we already saw divine feminine, divine masculine, soulmates peeked out. Empress came out here, high priest and high priestess. What more do you need, babe? Stop deceiving yourself. Stop acting like you want to be alone. I'm getting If You Ever Want to Be in Love by James Bay. Go listen to that. Love you so much. I want to go. Bye.